What's up, YouTube? Today's story involves. Have you ever heard of a prison in California? It's called Pelican Bay State Prison, California. It's in Crescent City, California. It's up on the coast, Pacific Coast, up on the northern western coast of California, almost to Oregon. It's a supermax. It's if you fuck up one time too many in the rest of the prison system in California, they send you to Pelican Bay. So if you're in Folsom Prison and they get tired of you, and the hole's not working, you go to Pelican Bay. And Pelican Bay houses some of the worst prisoners and criminals in California, and it's quite heavily secured. And it's a place. It's the last place in the world I'd want to go. Um, Let us transition to the main story. Taking shrooms with Billy Baker. Billy Baker was part of my clique in high school back in the day. I never liked him, but he was in our clique, and a couple of us tried to get him out. I spent very little time with just Billy because I hated him. We drank a lot as teenagers, so he was, I could put up with anybody when I'm drunk, but I avoided him all the time because he's an asshole. He's a narcissist, sociopath. But we stayed in touch over the years, and I've known Billy since 1985 when I was sophomores in high school. So, and we, off and on. I mean, we grew up, but he, not really. I never grew up, and he certainly never grew up. Billy is a toddler trapped in a 300-pound man's body. And just, give him alcohol, see what happens. And so I think it was 2002. Yeah, right around 2002. I haven't talked to him in years. So, and I was a heavy drinker at the time, and of course I was probably drunk when I was on the phone. He called me one night and he said, "Hey man, I'm living in Eureka, California, which is kind of close to Fort Bragg. It's on the coast of California. It's a beautiful area. That's where the famous California redwoods are, redwood forest, and it's a very heavily touristed area year round. So we're on the phone, and I haven't talked to him. Like I said, I haven't talked to him in quite a while because things. And he's every time he talks to you, he's, "Come on up and party with me, man." He's all, "Dude, you got to come up here. You got to check out this new truck I got, and we'll go hit the beach. We'll hit the redwoods. Dude, it'll be so much fun." And of course, we're heavy drinkers together. So yeah, we'll get some beers and go to the beach. And of course, I was drunk on the phone. I go, "Oh, that sounds good," because everything sounds great when you're drunk. And then made plans. So I go, "Yeah, me and my wife will be up there, and I don't know, not this weekend, but next weekend." And it actually sounded all right. I figured, I told my wife, well, if he turns into an asshole, we'll just ditch him. We're going to car and split. That's how it works. And get a free steak dinner out of him or something. It's almost like to cook a steak dinner for everybody. So yeah, taking shrooms with Billy Bear. So he's on the phone. He's like, "I got a surprise for you when you get up here." So we get up there, and I mean, I give you some background on Billy. He's arrogant, center of attention, has to be he's a narcissist. It's me. Oh, I'm so beautiful. Check me. It's all about me. And showed me this new truck, and it's pretty badass. It's a custom truck. It was like a 1935 Ford body on a flatbed. It was really nice. And then I found out what the surprise was. He had psychedelic mushrooms. And I love psychedelics, so he knows that. So what did we do? We got there, I think, on Friday night. It's like a 3-hour drive up to the coast from Auburn, California. This is 2002, and we get up there, me and my wife, and hang out, have some beers, have steak dinner. He's all, "I'm gonna cook a freaking ribeye." and got some beers. And he goes, yeah, man, I got some shrooms, dude. We'll do them tomorrow, and we'll have your wife drive us up the coast. We'll check out the redwoods on shrooms. Sounds great, right? So next morning, we get up and hang out, make breakfast. And he wanted to drive us in his truck to the beach. So we drive to the beach in the morning and crack some beers first thing in the morning. The way we did, like a good alcoholic, like good alcoholics. Teenage 20 alcoholics. Now we're 30, 32 something alcoholics. I think I was about 32, 33 years old that year. And we're at the beach that morning, and he had the shrooms with him. He goes, hey, let's take those shrooms right now. And sure, I don't give a fuck. So he ate the shrooms. And we hung out for about 5 more minutes, and he goes, well, I guess we'll head back to the house, and then we'll get in your guys' car, and then Holly can drive us up Highway 1, up the Redwood Coast of California on magic mushrooms, and stop and check out all the cool sights, and forest, the Redwood Forest, and beautiful beaches, and blah, blah, blah. And on psychedelic mushrooms, and it's gonna be great. And so we get back in his truck, and we're driving back to his house, which is a few miles, and he's blasting Metallica on this truck stereo, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, my wife's in the middle, and Billy's driving, and I'm listening to Metallica, and it's the music's just getting better and better. It's just, oh gosh, it's just, how's it getting better? Oh, it must be the shrooms. I look over at Billy, and he's like this, gripping on the steering wheel, and he's speeding up. He goes, I gotta get home quick. I'm already feeling this shit. We should have waited till we got back, dummy. So he's racing home before he gets too fucked up to even know to drive. We get back home, get in a car, get some beer, and drive up the Coast Highway. And while my wife is driving, she's not on anything. She didn't do anything. She got drunk like twice a year. Whoop-de-doo. She never even smoked a joint in her life. And so I always made her drive while we're partying, and she didn't mind. She just drive and laugh at us. And we're shrooming out, and then all of a sudden Billy's like, pull over here, man, it's a cool spot. And we get out and check it out. And so check out this true redwood trail. And we go up this trail in the redwoods, and now we're getting shroomed out. And it says, well, redwoods on shrooms is pretty fucking cool. And then we came back to the car, and there's some people like just standing around by our car, and the shrooms are really hitting me on. It's kind of weird. And I looked at the car, and I started tripping pretty good, and it looked like I thought somebody smashed the car. I was like, what's wrong with the car? I asked my wife, what's wrong with the car? Why is it all dirty? Why is it all dented? She's always talking about it. It's just fine. I go, did somebody vandalize the car when we went hiking? And she's like, there's nothing wrong with the car. I go, okay, all right. And we get in the car and we drive up the coast. And of course, Billy, stop here, man, check this out, stop here. And then I'm an introvert. I'm a hermit. I'm not a people person. I fucking hate crowds. I hate crowds of people. Highway 1 through the Redwoods and I wasn't thinking about all this, but is a very heavily touristed area, and you're fucking around because it's on the coast, so the weather's not horrible in the winter. And he's like, hey, stop at this beach. And so we stop at the beach, and there's a pretty good crowd of fucking strangers, and I wasn't into that, especially on psychedelics. I didn't want to be around people. I just wanted to shroom, have some beers, have some laughs, have a good time in the woods or the beach or whatever. That's what's great about this coast highway is you got the redwood forest here and the Pacific Ocean here. It just doesn't get any better than that. That's what I planned for. Nature, shrooms, and asshole, Mr. Center of fucking attention everywhere he fucking goes. And I'll hand it to him. The reason why I'm such an introvert is I used to try to be an extrovert and try to be social and try to say hi and talk to everybody, but I don't know. Maybe there's something about me. But 9 out of 10 people that I approach or want to talk to will look at me like I was Charles Manson and ignore me. And I one day said, fuck the world. And so I'm very careful who I choose to talk to these days, and which is next to nobody. I ignore everybody in public, basically. Once in a great while, I'll tell some dude, God damn, that's a bitchin' truck, man. What kind of suspension is that or something, you know? And everybody else likes to talk about their ride. Anyhow, so we get this fucking beach, and he's instantly right in the middle of the crowd, talking to these strangers. Now, he has a persona and a build and a look. He's a good-looking guy, but he's overweight now. He's drank himself to fucking 300 pounds. He's not... But he has that confidence. When we were younger and skinny, and he was, wasn't a fat ass yet, all the chicks in town, he fucked every girl in town. He fucked Miss Auburn. We lived in Auburn, California. He fucked every girl in town wanted to fuck him, and he got all the pussy. And what was funny is he is a piece of shit. I would watch him show up with a new pretty girl on his arm, and I'd look at her like, yep, about 3 days, she's gonna find out what this motherfucker's really made of. And dump him, because he's just a piece of shit. He would fuck your girlfriend too. He would fuck your girlfriend, he'd fuck your wife if you weren't looking. That's what an asshole he was. I don't talk to him anymore. I haven't spoken to that idiot since 2004, 5. So yeah, it's 2001, and so we're at this beach, going up the coast, and he's right in the middle of these fucking people talking. And like I said, people respond to him very positive. That's why he has the confidence to walk, to approach people. And I started getting stressed out, and then finally got the fuck out of there. I think I even said something. Hey man, let's keep going up Highway 1. I thought we were going to check out the redwoods. And he's like, oh, yeah, all right, we gotta go. And again, he's like, pull over here, check this out. And it was kind of another crowd, and I was like getting stressed out again. And we stopped at another beach. Or no. What happened? He just started becoming drunker and annoying. And for alcoholics, we have some days where you can't get drunk. You drink and you can't get drunk. It's not working. That was one of those days which sucked. I mean, the psychedelics will loosen you up sometimes. It either loosen you up or make you paranoid. And I get around a bunch of fucking strangers, I'm probably not gonna like it. And we kept trying, we stopped a bunch of places, and I kept finding ourselves in crowds of fucking strangers. And I'm shrooming out, and we got back in the car, we're on the road, and I made an announcement to the whole car. I have an announcement to make to all 2 of you. Because you're on psychedelics, it's like you're kind of in a different world. I have an announcement to make. Everybody shut up! All 2 of you. I don't want to be around people anymore today. I want to enjoy my psychedelic adventure either in the fucking forest or on a fucking beach. Fuck people. What does Billy do in the back seat? We start driving. He's getting drunker. And he goes, oh, that spot's a really cool spot over there, but there might be people there. I thought that was funny. So I laughed. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, wait. Oh, look at that beach. There's people there. We can't go there. So finally, there's this one beach we checked out, and he goes, that's a cool beach. Well, there's a couple people there. Hope somebody doesn't get scared. I go, let's go over there. Let's go check it out. Fuck you. Let's go. Come on. Pull over. Tell my wife, pull over. Let's go check out the beach. All right? Then we get out, and we're out there drinking, and Mr. talks to every fucking stranger he runs into, is talking to this guy over here. And it's one guy and his dog, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is cool. And then I realize, oh, he's homeless. This motherfucker's homeless. And that's even cooler because I'll talk to any homeless guy. Unless they're fucking crazy. And there's 2 kinds of homeless people. You're either batshit fucking crazy or you're just a street survivor. You're just somebody that said, fuck society and fuck the government and fuck the system and fuck all of you motherfuckers. And I agree with that. one of these days I might go live in my fucking truck. I don't, but anyhow, besides the point. So he's talking to this homeless dude, and I realized as he's talking to him, he's like, sounds like he wanted to help him. And now, Billy Baker, asshole, is a piece of shit as he was. He did have these rare moments of empathy. And he was talking to this homeless guy, and he pulls out a $20 bill. Just to flash it to everybody. I'm going to give you this $20 bill. And just give him the 20 and shut up, asshole. He goes, but I want you to make me a promise before I give you this $20 bill. I want you something like help other people. And I'm like, because he did. He had this fake moment of empathy for everybody. And he gave a $20 bill to homeless people. I thought that was very sweet. Especially coming from a fucking prick like Billy Baker. So we could get in the car, we continue on. We drive on. And he's getting drunker and goofier on, and shrooms and just a fucking goofball. But he's starting to kind of make me laugh and entertain. And so I start kind of laughing at his antics, and that made him loosen up because I think he was getting upset with me because I was being such a stick in the mud. And I think he told me later, you bummed my trip, and shut up. If you weren't such a stick in the mud, it'd been funner. And then, because he liked to bitch and whine about everything, because nothing was ever good enough for fuckface. So, he's starting to get funny. And so my old lady told me before we went up to the coast that weekend, she goes, I've always wanted to check out this exhibit. It's called the Paul Bunyan exhibit. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't give a fuck. So we're driving around, stopping these trippy places, and he was getting pretty drunk. We're walking through these, because there's a bunch of tourists, and his interactions with these families and people. He's this big drunk, shroomed out guy. It was kind of funny, and I was starting to enjoy myself a little more. Then I thought we were going to go back to his place and just call it good, because we're like 2 hours out up the coast. And then I forgot all about that goddamn motherfucking Paul Bunyan exhibit that my wife wanted to go to. And we're going, I don't want to go to the Paul Bunyan exhibit. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Fuck. All right. Yeah, fucking go. Stop at the fucking Paul Bunyan exhibit. Let's go. Let's go fucking check it out. I bet it's going to be fucking great. So we get to this motherfucker. The parking lot is huge. It's packed. There's about 300 goddamn fucking people there, tourists, packed. It wasn't only packed with cars and fucking people. There was like 3 fucking large-sized buses with more people. And it's just kind of like instant fucking anxiety, dude. And like, we're gonna walk through all these motherfuckers, go up to the front, wait in line, buy the fucking ticket, go through the booth, and be trapped inside this fucking thing with all these fucking idiots. And then I'm on psychedelic mushrooms, mind you. And I start walking from the car across that big ass parking lot, and there's a group of kids behind me, and the little boy, right behind my back, all the way from the car to the fucking ticket booth, all fucking 100 yards. He's walking behind me going, cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. And I wanted to fucking choke somebody, but I don't condone violence on YouTube, so I just wanted to find the mute button. So I kind of faked like I was checking my pockets for something. I stopped and shit, and I made that group of fucking brats and their fucking parents go by. Or whoever I think they're on a fucking field trip. They're, when kids all get 10-year-old kids, fucking 30 of them they're fucking out of control. And when you're on mushrooms and you don't want to be around people, it sucks. So we get to the gate, and we get our tickets and get inside, and it was like really quick. And we're inside, and there's really no crowds. There's a few people, and I realized, all those people were leaving. Well, thank God. So place was pretty empty, and all right, this is cool. And you pull a beer out of your fucking pants and it's cracked because we brought in like 3 beers with us, and he's just he's on shrooms, he's drunk, and mind you, Billy's 300 fucking pounds, he's 6'4", big, huge, and he wears sweatpants. I'm gonna get to the sweatpants in a minute. So we're in this goddamn fucking jack off Paul Bunyan exhibit that my wife wanted to fucking see. You go to this little spot. It's got a sign. It tells you what's going on. It's a fucking saw. It was made in 1842. Cause I give a fuck. Cause I drove for fucking 3 hours to the coast to come see all this bullshit. And you go to the next one, and the next one, and Billy he's shroomed out. I'm just, I've taken so many psychedelics in my life. It's I'm just digging it. He's like. He didn't take it too often, so he's like, ugh! He was an idiot when he was drunk. He was an idiot sober, but he was a fucking full throttle asshole when he's had a few drinks. Now he's got like 15 beers in his head and shrooms, but he's not bothering me. He made me laugh, and when he makes me laugh, it satisfies him. So it kind of balances things out. Because if I tell him to shut the fuck up, you're getting on my nerves, then he gets mad, and usually we end up in a fist fight. And a skinny fucker like me fighting a 6'4", 300-pound man, and I can't wrestle him because he's a strong guy and he'll wrestle you down. But he's got a glass jaw. I'll break his fucking head. He can't box me. He tried to box me a couple times, and he's a pussy. He's a coward and a bully. He's always been that way. But we're adults, we hang out once in a while, catch up, drink some beers. It's a little different when we're adults. So we're in this Paul Bunyan exhibit. So now I'm bored out of my fucking mind. And my wife's like, oh, look at this. Oh, that works so neat. And I'm like, wow, that's fucking awesome. And Billy, he started, because she had this was 2002. Nobody had cameras on their cell phones yet. They had those little Nokia phones. I think we had Nokia phones. No cameras. And so we had one of those Snap Insta cameras with actual film in it. Those disposable cameras. And she was taking pictures. And Billy's all shroomed out, 300-pound, 6'4", on psychedelic mushrooms, drunk Billy Baker. Just make a complete ass of himself. But I at that point, I didn't care. I didn't care who saw him, what family saw him, what tourists saw. I was hoping tourists would see him because I was so bored in there. And he started jumping in front of the exhibits. Take a picture of me, take a picture of this, holy right? And I thought that was funny. He was doing this funny shit. He'd stick his balls on something, there'd be like a little statue, and rest his balls on it. Take a picture of me, holy. My wife, who's never smoked a cigarette in her life, she's very innocent, and she was giggling and taking pictures. And he keeps doing this, and it got funnier and funnier, and we get kind of towards the end, and he jumps in front of one of the last exhibits, and he goes, take a picture of this, and he pulls his sweatpants down and underwear, and he's got his big fat white ass hanging out in front of this exhibit. Take a picture, Holly. And Holly took a picture. But no, before she was able to get the shot, he's sitting there with his big fat ass hanging out, right? And I look over, and there's a fucking family coming around the corner, and I didn't say a word. I didn't say shit. I wanted this family to see it. And they've come around the corner, and and I was looking at the dad. I should have looked at the mom, because to see the look on her face would have been great. But I was looking at the dad, because this is going to go two ways, because they had the little kids with him. He's either going to get pissed off, or he's going to think it's funny. And the dad started laughing. Actually, I think they all started giggling, and he kind of, being Billy, he kind of looked at them and pulls his pen. Oh, I like that. Or he said some kind of joke. So that was fun, and mind you, I was still tripping pretty good. And then, can we fucking go back now? Can we go home now? I want to get out of here. And we get back in the car, and still shrooming pretty good. This psychedelics is working pretty good, and we're going down Highway 1 back to Eureka to Billy's house. And he's just getting plowed, drunk, and I I get anxiety just being on the highway sometimes anyway, because there's cops on the highway, and I'm on the shrooms, and I just couldn't fully relax. And all of a sudden I hear Billy, pull over here! And my wife pulls over. And I was probably busy doing something like cracking open another beer or something. And he jumps out and he goes, take my picture, Holly! And Holly's all right, let me get my camera. And she gets out, and I finally realize, I look over, and he's standing in front of this big, giant sign. And I went, Pelican Bay State Penitentiary Supermax, State of California property. And I look at the guard gate, there's 2 guards in the fucking window, and I'm like, roll out the window, I go, Billy, get the fuck in the car! Holly, get in the fucking car, let's get the fuck out of here! Let's get the... I freaked the fuck out, and I just... We're at fucking Pelican Bay State fucking Penitentiary. I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be here ever. Billy's out in front of the fucking sign. And I look over at the guards in the guard gate, and they're just laughing at him. And I guess they gotta be used to it. It's Highway 1. They've had to have drunks fucking stop there, and whoever knows what drug they're on, and take a picture next to the fuck. So, but I was freaking the fuck out. I didn't know exactly where Pelican Bay was. I knew it was somewhere in Crescent City. Well, I know where it's at now, and it freaked me the fuck out. So that was it. I mean, that's taking shrooms with Billy Baker.